Hey guys, Kirsten here from the SunBros team, bringing you my first video series on Clint, the Wasteland Drifter. But before we get started, remember, if you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell for updates on future content, and leave comments under our videos. We love to converse with fans and just talk with our viewers on any questions that you may have. Now, let's get started. First, we'll go over Clint's passive, Quick Draw. Quick Draw is really unique in that it sets Clint apart from all other ADCs. What it does is buffs Clint's next basic attack after an ability. You'll notice a visual change where his basic attack will shoot out in a straight line, damaging everyone within it. That includes people before and after the target. This basic attack will also have 20% additional damage. This is great for getting additional poke early game at a safe distance, winning trades, and also help you with finishing off enemies who are on the run. All of Clint's combos are actually centered around getting more quick draw passives off. The more you get off, the more damage you do, the more poke you'll have, and you can finish off those enemies and really get ahead. A side note before we move on to his first ability is that this passive is also great for stealing objectives. There's been many times when you know the enemy's working on Lord, you sit in the bush and you can just shoot out your ult and use your quick draw to get a quick steal on major objective. It can really help turn the tide in close games. Now let's look at his first ability, Blind Smoke. Blind Smoke is good in that it does decent damage in a small AoE area, but also any enemy inside the smoke will have their attack speed decreased by 25%. Their movement speed will also decrease by more than half. This ability is quite versatile in that you can use it defensively or offensively. Defensively, you can toss it in your path, and any enemy who's on the chase will get slowed and also have their attack speed decreased. If you're on the chase, you can use this to significantly slow the enemy down and hopefully let you finish them off. The range isn't that great, but it does cast into a small AoE area that can affect multiple enemies. It's really good for tossing in the middle of team fights, reducing basic attack damage of any enemy caught within it. Clint's next ability is Heal Rope. Heal Rope does a decent amount of damage to the first enemy it hits, and also slows them down. This slow is significant, although the tooltip doesn't tell us how much. Also, when you cast Heal Rope, Clint will roll backwards in the opposite direction that you cast the rope. Although it does damage and slows the enemy, the main use of the ability is the roll. The roll can help you get over walls to escape bad situations, can also help you surprise enemies. You can roll to dodge skill shots, to gain some distance between you and the enemy if you're in a bad situation, or you could use it to close the distance, get your quick draw off, and finish off an enemy who's on the run. Although this ability is very useful, it is a little awkward to get used to. I would recommend using it in a custom game so you can get the feel of how it casts, what walls you can actually roll through, and also how to use it to dodge abilities. One thing I will note on is that when using this ability to dodge, sometimes the direction you want to cast will be near the cancel cast button. You might find yourself looking to cast Heal Rope, but actually canceling it and getting caught by the ult or CC ability you were trying to dodge. To avoid this, remember that you don't need to cast a full length of Heal Rope in order to dodge. Just moving your finger slightly from the center of the target area will help to avoid hitting the cancel cast button when trying to dodge abilities. Now let's talk about Clint's ult, Howitzer. Howitzer is a fun ability in that it has a really good range and does quite a bit of damage. But what makes this ability really powerful is that you can stack up to 5 ults and use them in quick succession. This is where Clint gets all of his burst damage from. Mixing Howitzer with his other abilities, with buffed basic attacks in between each cast, is a source of Clint's burst and his insane damage in a short time. A fully built Clint, properly utilizing these combos, will do an insane amount of damage to everyone he faces. So, now that we've covered Clint's abilities and his passive, let's talk about how to use these together to do the most amount of damage in a short time as possible. The focus of any combo that you do with Clint will center around getting the most passives off in that particular situation. The first combo we'll cover is an early game poke combo. This can be used as soon as you have your first two abilities. You'll start with blind smoke and then a basic attack for his passive, and then use heal rope whichever direction you need to go, and then another basic attack again. In this combo, blind smoke does not have to be used against an enemy champion. If you use it against a minion, Clint's passive could then be used to poke the enemy hero. Follow that with heal rope, which can be used either to go away and then come back to poke. You can use it to go towards if they're on the run to poke again, or you can use it laterally if you don't need to change your distance from the hero. Just remember that if you use this early combo too often, you can find yourself going out of mana. If you can pick up purple buff, that will help alleviate this issue. The next combo is a very basic combo in that it uses just Clint's ult with his basic attack. The purpose of this particular combo is for short fights or to get quick poke and then get out of the way. Starting with Clint's ult and then alternating to his basic attack and then back to his ult will allow you to get some very quick damage off and a lot of basic attacks off in a short amount of time. For short fights, this is great and preserves your heal rope so you can use it in case the situation changes and you need to get out. The last combo I'll cover will center around doing the most amount of damage over an extended period of time. This combo is useful if the enemy team has a strong front line and you need to sustain your damage over time. This combo starts with Clint's ult, followed by a basic attack, then using heal rope with another basic attack, back to his ult, which will be off cooldown if you have enough stacks, followed by a basic attack, then blind smoke, another basic attack, back to Clint's ult, and basic attack again. At this point, you would alternate between Howitzer and Clint's basic attack until one of the other two abilities is off cooldown. There are times where I modify this combo and save heal rope to only use it to escape. I would recommend doing this if the enemy team has a lot of closers who can initiate team fights or can get the jump on you if you don't have heal rope saved up. All in all, Clint is my favorite hero to play. He's a lot of fun. When you get into a good rhythm with his ult and his passive, then you can really get into some situations where you're putting out a lot of damage, taking out entire teams, putting them down, and really turning the tides of fights. You can see in some of our Road to Legends videos where Etan's son and I, me playing Clint, and utilizing these combos. So thank you guys for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, leave our comments below. We also see that our videos have been shared out and been added to your own playlist. We appreciate the support, and as always, till next time.